Right, here we go for Imola, aka the something very long GP, but basically it's Imola. That's what we know as. That's what we're going to call it for this reaction to factual events. I think we'll throw up a vertical as well. Why not? Oh, my mouse is blinking red. It's not a good sign. How are we doing on the old? How are we doing on it? Very exciting week this week. And hopefully, well, maybe a very exciting race as well. Maybe Verstappen's not going to have it all its own way. You can see those are the times from FP2 yesterday. And Verstappen, yeah, really didn't have a good time at all. Welcome to from Hendog, Seema Dragon, the hen dog in the house. Half hen, half dog, controversial, banned in 18 countries worldwide, but not in this stream. Welcome, Graziele Buagier. Hello from your only Tasmanian subscriber, Alex Hyde. We honestly, you'll see tomorrow, maybe today in qualifying, but definitely tomorrow when we do a nations check. I guarantee there'll be more people from Tasmania. In fact, let me try and get the old stats up. Is it gonna work? Is it gonna work? Let me see. 1 second. Where do you want to go? There you want to go. Let's get the old stats. Nice. Oh no, I've moved something. There we go. That'll do. Nothing too fancy. Rolf says hi from Harvey Bay KLD Road. What does that mean? And you're actually from Bicester. Swapping the well, Bicester's in motorsport country, really, if you think about it. Hendog from the south, Rory's from, well, not from Earth, presumably. So here we go, Imola FP3 Watchalong. We're going to be doing FP3 qualifying and the race this weekend. And next Sunday, I'm going to be doing the race from abroad. So we can do another on-location race stream for Monaco. And then when's Shanghai? When's the Shanghai E-Prix? Is it Shanghai the same weekend as Monaco? Surely that can't be the case. And then it's also Indy 500 next weekend as well. So maybe we'll do Indy 500 again like we did last year. Because Indy was a lot of fun last year to do. Don't know if anyone remembers the Indy stream. We went from Monaco to Indy, which is great. Queensland, Australia. Okay, very nice. Now I know where Hervey Bay is. Another location to add to the list of places to go. Oh, there we go. That's nice. Do I want to make the chat really big or like? Oh, I see. It's changed that. What I did is I just made the chat a little bit smaller to get more of your messages. But now I'm like, my eyes are. You can't have it all your own way, basically. Cool. So, what are we doing? We're here. So 23 minutes away from FP3, and I'm excited to see if Verstappen is going to be able to turn it on, or is this going to be a turning point in Formula One, where actually I think this time we're in Motorsport Valley. You can see the map there. I was here about 3 weeks ago. Time is going crazy, but I was here about 3 weeks ago at Misano, where the GT cars are today. It's the World GT Challenge in Misano right now, like as we speak. So there is a lot going on in Motorsport Valley. That's the area you see there on the map. San Marino, Rimini. So Ferrari, a Ferrari sort of heartland, and Maserati, who have their GT2 car out today. Don't have a Formula 1 team. Do have a Formula E team now. Rolf Light was a fire marshal. Can anyone beat that in the chat? Can anyone beat fire marshal? As a pretty cool, well, is cool the right word? Pretty cool job. So this week has been a very exciting week. I've been shooting some content as an actual talent where I am a inverted commas talent. The irony was not lost on me. Where I had people doing like makeup and everything. So that's really exciting. I can't say what it is just yet, but as soon as I can, I will basically be spamming about it because it was very cool to do, and see how professionals do it, and also see what we do really well on this channel. Like, there's some things that professionals do that it's like, okay, that's great. You've got a lot of people, a lot of really expensive equipment, but here I've just got this little camera, microphone. And we're up and running. Whereas it would take a massive team of professionals. So it's interesting to see like what we can do on this channel to sort of like get to that level, because they operate on a very professional level, but also maybe do it more efficiently. So, but yeah, being a talent was very exciting. I'm not the talent here, unfortunately. Alex Hyde's a volunteer firefighter. Hang on, is anyone in chat not a volunteer firefighter? Or is this like the annual meeting of the General Firefighters Union? Jap Deviler, hi, as someone from the Netherlands, I do hope Red Bull do have it right in FP3, and if they don't, it will be hard tomorrow, but that will give everyone a great race. I do hope, because you're from the Netherlands, you put in Max, you hope they have it right, but if they don't, it'll be hard. So I think, yeah, okay, so win-win for you then, either way. Rolf, Fire Marshal, 33 years at Bathurst, and Melbourne F1 and Singapore F1. So were you a fire marshal in Singapore in 2008 for the first night race when Felipe Massa forgot to detach his fire hose? Black is in the house as well, flashing a 12-month membership badge. We love to see it. Brian seems to be a few of us watching from Queensland. Any more from Tasmania though? You know what? I just want to play some of the old school music. I'm commissioning some more music. And I just had Gamer Muscle do one. I don't know if I can play this. Hang on. This might break everything, but let me know what you think of this as a potential intro. Why is my PC like broken here? Hang on. What's the date today? 18th. Is it 18th today? Let me see if this will play. What do you think of this? If it's gonna work. Oh. It's not playing. Oh, that's embarrassing. Okay. Alright. Scratch that. That's good to know, because I thought I'd recorded it. But it turns out I hadn't. Nice. We'll try again. No, definitely not. Oh well, let's do an old school one. Let's do an old school one. So I need to work out when I commissioned some more, like what do I want? What do we want from the music? Welcome to Crypto Beef. Usyk or Fury? I'm going to go Usyk. I think Tyson just... I think this is he's put off this fight for so long because he knows it's his worst fight. What do we have? What do we have? So we could do more like this.
Subscribe. Sim racing is the recreation of real-world motorsport, but you already knew that, didn't ya? Subscribe. You're watching Kireth Car live on YouTube, a pro esports sim racer. Subscribe. Sit yourself back and relax. Get involved with the chat, knowing that all this content's now on your feed. Subscribe. Did you have any luck getting them subscribers?
Oh, it's just the one subscriber actually.
Subscribe, subscribe. Oh.
Okay, so we could do something like that, or we could do something like... Do we have? What's this? No, not that.
Welcome to the Kireth Card Show. Get yourselves up, get ready for some races. Buckle up, tie your shoelaces. Looking at the regulars, hoping to see some new faces. What you're about to see is gonna make you jump, so listen up.
Have I ever looked into racing caterings? Well, my friend Callum McIntyre's done it. I'd like to race I would like to race, yeah, sort of like the entry level of cars, 100%. I think that would make sense. You might do more of that this year, to be honest. So we do something like that, or we could do like this. Rolf was on fire.
You are watching Kireth Card.
Or what else do we have? This one.
There was a wild ride.
Or the rap.
Sharp like a dart, Kireth Card. So we speed down the freeway, 9-5, do or die, no lie. Yeah, we just gon' fly by, living this life, earning this money off that.
Join the Kireth Card Discord. There's a link in the description below.
Welcome to the Kireth Card channel.
Smash that like button and subscribe to Kireth Card.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really use them. So I think there's a bar of quality you need to try and hit. Unfortunately, it's very expensive to try and meet that bar of quality. Blacklight's the first one. Well, we'll see. Maybe I'll pay for like 3 samples, and then we'll put them out in like a poll or something, and then you can all choose, and then we'll proceed with that one, or something like that. Seth's watching from the paddock garden, Imola. Oh, I didn't know it. We continue the streak of someone watching from the track every race, pretty much. Natasha in the house. Eiffel 65 remix. Maybe we'll contact them. So 14 minutes now to FP3. So we're gonna do FP3. We're back for quali. After quali, I think there's going to be a premiere of a video with Kush Maney, who's a F2 driver and a Formula E rookie driver as well. So there's an interview coming with him that we'll premiere into. Then we'll do the race, and possibly another premiere after the race. If I need to decide whether I want Kush Maney to maybe just premiere after the race, I don't know. We'll see. But there's a exciting interview with him talking about sort of his journey, whether it's coming together, what his, how it works, trying to be in F2 and then doing stuff like Formula E and stuff like that as well. So exciting, that's coming. There's also going to be a video coming with Zane Maloney, who's one of the hottest prospects in racing. So I think still leading F2 Championship. So we've got Zane Maloney. We've also got Sam Bird interview coming. Mercedes, ex-Mercedes Formula 1 test driver. Started karting where I won a lot of these trophies at the same tracks. We talk about that. He's got some great messages for like young drivers or new drivers, whether on sim racing or in karting. Like some of the best advice that I've ever had. That's coming. What else have we got? James Barkley, the head of Jaguar Motorsport. That's coming as well. There's a video coming on taking you on the grid, another grid walk video. So letting you know what it's like to be on the grid. Video coming about sort of Formula steering wheels, how the steering wheels work, all the stuff, what are the drivers doing when they're pressing all these buttons, how they practice for that. And then lots of like advice videos, like how to get faster as well, mentality, how you deal with racing against your teammate, how you deal with sort of having a bad run of of races and coming back from that. So lots of really interesting videos, hopefully, for you. Welcome, Sharkin. Coming out in the next couple of weeks, to be honest. Like, it's going to be thick and fast. Got a lot of sim racing tech reviews coming. There's more pedals, more wheels. I've got 2 really exciting wheels still to review, direct drive wheels. And then I've got a really exciting to follow up with them. That's like a UK product in sim racing. That's very exciting. So I've got that to do as well. So those 3 are still to do. Budget sim racing videos are done, ready to go. Just need to thumbnail for that. So like how to get sim racing on a budget. Using like a budget rig. Can you put a DD on a budget rig? Because since I did those videos a few years ago, it's all changed really. Like the landscape, it's become even more accessible. More Le Mans Ultimate Racing, more iRacing in VR videos. Potentially some really exciting stuff with Gran Turismo. Some Forza Racing coming as well. Just now I think we're starting to see the benefits, like the whole system of like production, which just allows me to focus on recording, racing, driving as fast as I can, explaining as much as I can, and then it goes into a system and the videos get made to like a super high quality and come out. And yeah, nice. Snowline in the house by Ferrari. How much is the sim racing setup? So this sim racing setup here, this GT Mega one, the rig and seat and stuff is about, I think, about £700. Then the monitor is about £400, so you're talking 1,100. Then you decide what wheel to put on it. You can go any sort of range, but that's actually all you need. You need the rig, your monitor, and your wheel, and you need to connect it to something like a PlayStation. Like this is connected to a PlayStation and a PC. But so you get a lot of choice with the wheel and pedals, but I would say the rig is really important to choose a rig that you don't want to... So I haven't changed this rig in now pretty much 3 years. So 3 years I've had this rig and this monitor. And the PC hasn't changed. So I built the PC like almost 4 years ago now. The next upgrade for me here would be probably getting a 4K. This is not a 4K monitor actually. It can take 4K input and show it, so I can record in 4K. But this is actually not a 4K monitor. So the next step would be maybe getting a better PC and a 4K 120Hz monitor. But I wouldn't change the rig at all. Need to do a better job of just bolting down these pedals so they move a bit. So it depends, but the one that's coming in the video on the channel soon is really sort of like some of it is as entry level as you get. So there's no chair, like you have to bring your own chair to sit on, sort of thing. What's your best guess on Hamilton replacement? Well, a lot of people saying it's going to be Kimi. They've got to make a decision soon, haven't they? They've got to make that decision very soon. I think it's going to be interesting to see here Verstappen, because he hasn't been super happy this weekend. So is he going to throw a strop, or is he going to get it together? There is just 9 minutes to go before free practice is going to start. So we will see. We will see. But yeah, loads of videos coming. Hope you like it. And there's a beginner masterclass as well, which I don't push enough. People love it. People genuinely say it's really helpful, and it costs about the same as this cup of coffee, which is crazy. So I need to push that more. Maybe even advertise it, I don't know. And there's obviously lots more things coming like that, which is really cool. Rude Van Loon, maybe a hard rock tune for an intro. I'd love to record the... Oh, Rude, if you want to do it, you do it. I'll pay you. If you want to nail it, I would be honoured to have your guitar riffs as an intro. Need to crowdsource more stuff. There's so many people in the community, so many talented people. Who you got between Fury and Usyk tonight? I got Usyk. I mean, you know, I think Fury's basically put this off as long as he could. Got a few more paydays along the way. So I can't really see him. I can't really see him winning, to be honest. But he's also longed it out, so Usyk's a bit older now. Black, appreciate the dedication. No problem at all. It's easy for me to sit here and just watch Formula One. It's genuinely. I mean, there's people working today doing real proper jobs like firefighting, and I'm just watching the F1, so no hardship on me. Gerard, Mick Schumacher should get a year. Well, Mick Schumacher's now driving for Alpine in WEC. I know he'd be being F1 in a heartbeat, but I think he had his chance, really. Did Mick? He is the Mercedes reserve driver, though, isn't he? Bernie saw me on Game Muscle. Great intro song. There we go. There's an intro song from Game Muscle. There it is. Right, we are just 6 minutes away till we're going to see cars on track. It's good to do a free practice stream. Haven't done one for ages. Absolutely ages. I need to tidy this room. I've even got... here an Xbox Elite controller in the packaging. Like, this is the best controller you can get on Xbox, right? Is it the original one? It's Elite Series 2. And it's in the packaging. Like, this needs to be out of the packaging and be being used. Like, the other day I was doing Forza on like a really old gamepad, and like this is here. I need to unbox it. Would anyone watch an unboxing of that? Because it would be a proper unboxing. It's in the packaging. I think this is the one that doesn't come... It's cool. It doesn't come with all the extras, though. It's just like the basic one. But it's still Elite. Yeah. And I lost my VR lens for my PSVR 2, which is really annoying because I want to just put it on more. So I have to wear contacts. I need to do a full clean. Full tidy. Right, they're doing the intro stuff. Should we do our intro? Can we use the Formula E music? Hang on. What's this? Yes. Has FP3 started yet? No, it's 4 minutes away. Is that making any sound? I can't hear it. As in, I can't see the volume from it. I can definitely hear it. Whoa, look at the chat come in. Natasha likes it, Snowline likes it. We do it on the Formula E stream. So Formula E stream is a lot of fun because the interface is just a lot cleaner. And also the racing is very chaotic. The Berlin races were mad. Apparently all the drivers are really falling out because the style of racing means there's so much contact that everyone, people feel like they're being turned into and crashed into and whatnot. Which is interesting. Now that is intro music. Yes, indeed. That's what I need to send that. Okay, what I'll do is I'll send. Well, no, I won't do that. Obviously, definitely won't do that. But when we get some music, we'll try and have a similar sort of whatever the word is, dramatic, similar level of drama in the music. Right, so 1 minute away. It's going to be an hour of FP3. We're going to see. I've got the footage up. I'm looking forward to it. Seeing what's going on. Yes, like I have a controller here. Like it's a really nice controller, but this controller is about. This controller might be like 10 years old. I remember using this a lot. But I've got this controller, but the Elite one is in the box. Doesn't make any sense. Like this is such a nice Titanfall controller. This should be like. This is the one that should be on a shelf or like somewhere like this. Look how nice this controller is. It's seriously nice. I've got the Red Bull and Ferrari logos up. Supercar driver did F1 thing on the piano. Who's that, Gerard Crab? Is this the weekend where Crofty's not here? Oh, Croftinio. He's taken the weekend off. Beef and barley in the house as well. So we're getting ready. Maybe even less than a minute away. Maybe even less than a minute. Come on. Just wonder if Ferrari are going to come out of the box absolutely flying here. You got the points there. You can see. I mean, if Verstappen has 2 bad races, I'm telling you, this could... It's unlikely, but... You know, Charles Leclerc is 5 points off Perez for P2. Lando Norris on 83 points. Yes, Verstappen has 136, but like I said, just 1 or 2 bad races. Snowline, Max better chucks than Red Bull this morning. Yeah, Max needs to have more Red Bull. That's where he's going wrong. You need to have 80% of your body weight in Red Bull at any time to be a elite F1 driver. That's what Sebastian Vettel did. Sebastian Vettel used to have an IV drip in between sessions just to get the Red Bull directly in the veins. Lovely day at Imola. Wonder if it's going to get hot this weekend. Alex Albon's just signed a new contract with Williams. So, is that a good move for Alex Albon, by the way? Like, signing a contract with Williams? Like, obviously, if another team wants him, they're going to get him. They'll buy him out. But does that show a little lack of ambition? Right, cars are going out now. C's in the house. Thomas Randall Tickford, Castrol driver. Very nice. There we go. The cars are out on track. We love to see it. At Imola. Great circuit. Say the track is sort of broken up. You go start finish line. You got 2 chicanes. First chicane, second chicane. Both of them can present overtaking opportunities. Well, the first one more so perhaps. Then you got the hairpin. You can try go around the outside if you're Montoya. A fast left at the top of the hill. Then you got Aquaminerale, very difficult corner. Then the very difficult chicane with big curves, always big curves on the inside there. Go down into the last 2 left-handers. And that's Imola. Very fun circuit to drive in pretty much any type of car. Sizex in the house. Hello fans and Kireth, welcome along. Both Red Bulls that they were in deep trouble yesterday. Yes, they did. So we'll see here in FP3. If another team outside of Red Bull wins in Imola, the season is truly wide open. I would agree with you. If Max Verstappen doesn't win in Imola, I would say the season is more wide open, because what happens next week? We go into Monaco. I don't know if anyone knows what the weather in Monaco is going to be like, but if there's any chance of rain in Monaco, then that opens up. We've seen over history that opens it wide up. Even if it doesn't, if someone can pull out a crazy lap around Monaco, we saw last year the Alpines, wasn't it Ocon got a podium in Monaco? If anyone can get a pole position in Monaco that's not Verstappen, it's difficult to overtake. So this feels a little bit like a sort of a 6-pointer in football, Whereas like in boxing, if you lose one round and then you lose the next round, then the whole fight for the momentum sort of turned. So I feel like here, if Verstappen doesn't dominate this race, well, let's say if Verstappen doesn't win the race this weekend, it's much more in the air next weekend. So, and the gap at the top is not massive. Massive, massive, massive. Welcome, Ivan. Albon should have waited nose of something like Newey Honda deal. I just wonder if it's an unambitious move by Alex Albon. But Snowden, I think this would be a very good season of great racing. Yeah, imagine here like Ferrari and Red Bull sort of being on even pace. Because let's not mince any words about it. Last time out, the Red Bull just didn't have the pace. Like they didn't have the pace at Miami. We saw that. So it wasn't the case that it was there was some talking about some damage to the car or something, but fundamentally that the car just didn't have the pace. So they've come with some more upgrades here, I think. Obviously McLaren came with some big upgrades to Miami. Welcome Kip in the house. Oh, I see a classic livery in the box there. We're using more of the liveries, more of the KCR liveries in the GT7 videos now, which is great. That was always I was always so frustrated, like whenever I was doing a G7 video and like I just didn't have the footage of the cars. But now, pretty much all the GT7 videos are going to be just showing like the amazing KCR liveries, which is great because we have so many. They deserve to be shown. See, saying the Ferraris look strong. Remo Philo saying I want Hamilton to win in Monaco. Goodness me. Well, he's won there plenty of times before. I've seen him win in Monaco. I saw him win in Monaco. I was in Monaco when Daniel Ricciardo for Red Bull. Do you remember they pulled in Ricciardo for a pit stop? And Hamilton went on to win? I was also in Monaco when Sergio Perez won in the rain. If anyone remembers that. Brian, race day in Monaco is currently looking to be sunny, but you just don't really know. Like the weather in Monaco is a very, very fickle thing. Snowline saying Miami sucked for Red Bull. Yeah, it was not a great day out for Red Bull. Will Verstappen go to Mercedes? Well, now we know Newey's leaving, then maybe that's why Mercedes are delaying. Or maybe they would put Mick Schumacher in for a year because they want to get they really want to get Verstappen on a big long-term contract. Who knows? There's only so many teams that I know Verstappen said, "Oh, it's not about the money or the but there's only so many teams that can pay Verstappen's salary, really." That was what was surprising about Ricciardo going to Renault back in the day, is that they paid him a lot of money. Big old contract. Alex, hopefully Ferrari's not burning too much oil. We'll see. It's like an amazing day out in Imola. This is sort of one where I do wish I was at the track. Like, the weather's so good. The cars look amazing. And it's just like... yeah. Grandstands are pretty empty as well, so I could sneak into a grandstand. So is it sunny and cloudy? Oh, sunny and cloudy for next week's race. See, let's guess fastest lap. I'm guessing Leclerc. Well, Carlos Sainz has just gone fastest, but that's on the medium tyre, so we'll see different strategies. But by the end of this session, I think we'll see drivers going out on the soft tyre. And it is the 3 softest tyres that Pirelli have brought out here. Rogue, it'd be great if F1 Manager 24's live stream F1 races. Yeah, F1 Manager 24. Obviously, I'll buy it again like I always do every year and review it honestly. I was really hard on F1 Manager last year because it was not the game in no way merited that price tag, like compared to the previous season. Like they could have done an update to F1 Manager 20, the original one, with new liveries and a few new features. And charged it at an update price, which is what they've done this year. But some of the marketing around F1 Manager 24 is F1 Manager in the past has been so tone deaf to me. But at least this time we have the creator team, which is again something I was asking for. Zosia, I'm new in F1. What does it mean when a driver's name is grey? It just means they're not out on track here. So if their name is grey here, it just means they're not currently out on the track. It doesn't mean they've died or anything. Chat, 85 viewers, 33 likes. Max Verstappen 33. Can we get up to 50 likes? You know what? I'm going to find my stream and like it. Have a look here. That like is going to go up by 1. Boom. 34 likes. Come on, chat, we can do it. We can get to the big 50. Oh, so he's already answered it. The mods are just on it. Snowline remembers when Ricciardo won in Monaco. Yes. Jumped into the pool. That was redemption. The redemption one. Snowline, my chemo is really kicking my butt, but I'm super grateful for a chance. Well, hopefully it's all going well. Leclerc just, I think, did a really good lap. Yeah, 16.2 for Leclerc. So, you know, it's only free practice, but it's actually Verstappen looks like he might be on the move now. So Verstappen's just gone the fastest in Sector 1. What about Sector 2? Is he going to have the downforce here through the two right-handers? First one, second one, Aqua Minerale. Translates to still tap water in English. What's he done Sector 2? 26.6 is not a PB. He's 2/10 behind Leclerc in Sector 2. Verstappen went off quite a few times yesterday. Just didn't seem to have the confidence in the car that he normally does. Rogue, when they need feedback and they have listened, yeah, hopefully. I mean, I've given them feedback directly, so. I just found the marketing last year like really weird for the game, and it frustrates me because it could be my favourite game of all time. So maybe last year was a misstep, and this year will be better. We'll see. But I'm not taking their money. I'm gonna just buy the game and just review it honestly. Like when I say like with no contractual stipulations. I don't know if you've seen like there's been a lot of stuff in the press recently about some brands make you sign a contract where it's like you can't say anything negative about it. Which you can't review something if you're not allowed to say something negative. It's just a promotion. I think Insta360 was one of them. And there was a game, wasn't that Marvel Rivals game? It's like, yeah, you can get a copy, but you can't say anything negative about it. Arsenal have more chance of winning the league than Hamilton winning Monaco. Well, I think that Arsenal have quite a good chance of winning the league. Sergio Perez, I think, went off at the chicane at the top of the hill. No, he just he really clattered the sausage curves very heavily. In fact, went fully airborne. So a tense moment there for Sergio Perez. See, Max Dunboard yesterday showed how much he struggled with the car. Yeah, unusual for Max to struggle with the car that much. We know that he likes a very oversteery car. But, you know, in a way, it's good to sort of like to be able to dial it back from that rather than having a car that's just very lifeless and trying to make it more engaging. Isabel Plug, Max didn't like the car yesterday, especially middle sector. It's really bad. It will be exciting to see if they've improved their setup. Otherwise, Ferrari could win on home soil. Yeah, we'll see. And if you get a Ferrari win here and the top speed's good, later in the season we're going to go to Monza. And a Ferrari win at Monza. Imagine if Carlos Sainz wins at Monza and they're replacing him with Lewis Hamilton and Lewis Hamilton comes like 15th. That ain't going to go down well with the Tifosi. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that for free. So Leclerc still in the top spot, 16.2. Verstappen was only able to go 16.4, and then Perez, and then Sainz. So we've got the Ferraris and the Red Bulls at the top. Snowline, that's great news for you. I'm so glad it's still here. My cancer is terminal, so there's no cure, but I'm grateful for every day I've got. Well, hopefully it goes as best as it can go. Is all I can say, really, I think. Some Aston Martin fans down at the track. I know where they're from. They're very happy, though, to be there. Aston Martin going to be in WEC next year, I think, finally, with the Valkyrie hypercar. That's been very controversial in WEC. WEC have wanted Aston Martin to come in with that car. Changed a lot of the regulations, and then Aston Martin decided not to come in. So, but now they are coming in. And now they're going to need to come in with a 2-car entry. Yeah, we streamed WEC last week. And did anyone? Is there anyone in the chat who like didn't know that we streamed WEC last week? So Alex Albon's going to be coming out soon. On track, that is. Freedom of speech. Yes, the 3Ds. Are the Mercedes in the pits? Yes, I believe so. A little bit unusual, but they're still in the pits. Alex Albon hasn't been in the points for a while. Obviously, all that drama with Williams not having a car. The one thing you need to bring to a race, they didn't. Drugovich taking WC for them. Well, Drugovich is a reserve driver in F1, so it would make sense for him to take that Valkyrie seat. Yes, it would. I don't know too much about it though, to be honest. I do not know a huge amount about that. Isabel's saying Williams looked real bad yesterday. Didn't Alex Albon have a retirement? Or was just stopped on track, if I remember. What is WEC? WEC is the World Endurance Championship. It's like, in terms of racing, there's sort of, I think there's three. Well, there's more FA World Championships, but you've got Formula One World Championship, which is like the pinnacle of single-seater racing. Then you have Formula E, which is sort of like, I guess at some point it will become the pinnacle of like electric racing. Then you have WEC, which is the pinnacle of sports car racing. That's roughly how it works. He had power unit issues. Okay. Not great. Not what you want, really. To be honest. But, you know, I'd rather have it in practice. Looks like a lovely day out in Imola. People are having a great time. Verstappen might have gone... Ooh. Well, Leclerc's on a 16 dead. Verstappen was also on a quick lap. So there is a bit of dicing here between Verstappen and Leclerc, I think it's fair to say. Carlos Sainz now is on the push lap, clearly. So he's gone fastest in Sector 1. He's got to overtake Gasly here, but what's his Sector 2 going to be like? Goes around the two right-handers, up the hill now to the chicane, and his Sector 2 time is 26.3, which is very close to Leclerc's time, and it's actually faster than Verstappen's time. So we could see Carlos Sainz now in the HP Ferrari. Look at all this merch now is now gone up 10 times in value, right? Because I don't have to wear like a Dell logo or a HP logo, whatever it is. All I have to wear is an Estrella logo, a Richard Mille logo, an Amazon Web Services logo, Santander, Siva, whatever that is, Puma, and Shell. So I've barely got any logos on it, to be honest. It's almost, you wouldn't even know this is a Ferrari top unless you really knew. Drugovich is doing Le Mans with Cadillac. Is he in the Jack Aiken El Bamba? Is he in the El Bamba machine? Isabel Flug, if Leclerc wins Imola, I might actually drive there to join the celebrations. Get down there now. There we go. Carlos Sainz does go fastest by just 0.02 of a second. So very close between the Ferraris, but the Ferraris are looking good. And Sky have gone to an advert. Sky, what am I paying for? Am I paying for adverts? Root says Max on mediums. Are the Ferraris on softs, Max on mediums? Because that would make a big difference. Right, do you think Guan Yu, Joe Sargent and Magson will have season 2024? I don't see Magson having a seat at all. He might be banned by then. But yeah, I don't see him having a seat. I've got to be honest. Drugovich in the car with Durrani and Aitken. Okay. Jack Aitken used to race in my karting championship. In Club 100. He did a few things. In fact, we have an interview with Jack Aitken on the channel. So, interested to see how he'll do at Le Mans, the big one. Hopefully we'll try and do a Le Mans watch, and we might go to Le Mans, we'll see as well. Depends on a lot of moving parts. Is anyone going to any more F1 races this season? Anyone go to Hungary? I think Hungary's just the one. Just if you book Hungary enough in advance, you just know you're going to go to an F1 race, and it's going to be very, well, relatively reasonable. And it's quite close to the city, so stuff going on in the city as well. So Carlos Sainz still out on track. It's a driver who's gone fastest. And then who else is looking good? Valtteri Bottas out of nowhere, 17.2. Remember the crash that you had with George Russell a few years ago? George Russell is out on track, is doing a push lap. 24.4 for the first sector is not anywhere. Well, I think actually might not be too. No, it's not really close to Verstappen either. See, he's watching the Qatar GP. You're going down to Qatar. To Losail International Circuit. Malot's going to Austrian GP, very nice. Red Bull Ring. I've never been to the Red Bull Ring. But I bet that's a really fun one to go to. I bet Red Bull put out all the stops for that. Leclerc says his tyres are too cold. Maybe that was the difference. Those few hundredths of a second. Brian went to the Hungarian GP in 1986. Who won that? Was that Niki Lauda won that? So he's never been to Qatar. Are you going just for the GP? I imagine there's lots of hotels and stuff very close to the track. I just don't know. I imagine it's quite different to say Hungary, where there's like you go back to Budapest after the race and whatnot. I don't really know. Carlos Sainz still just sort of milling around. Just chilling, basically. Don't think he's on a push, but we'll see now if he's going to limber up for a push lap. Well, I think he might be. Just set a purple mini sector. Yeah, in fact, he just set the fastest sector 3 out of anyone as Carlos Sainz. So it looks like Carlos Sainz is going to go for it. Hamilton and Russell on hards. So maybe Mercedes want to get some more information on the hard tyre. Budapest is very beautiful. Yes, it is. See, just for the GP, airfare is already 1,000 USD round trip. But is that with Qatar Airways? Because I've heard they're very nice airways. Lots of leg room. It's not going to be like Wizz Air. Hamilton fast on a scooter. Hamilton, where is all that 2 seconds? And being told 0.8 of it is in a straight line. So it looks like that Mercedes might be struggling in straight line speed. Isabel Plug, the Mercedes upgrades don't really seem to be helping anything so far. Yeah, well, Hamilton's not particularly happy. Because he's done a lap and he's 2 seconds off, and he's seen to be saying, well, where is that 2 seconds? Honestly, going to Ferrari, it seems like 8D chess for Hamilton. Could we see, can you even visualise Lewis Hamilton as a Ferrari world champion? I mean, next season, if we see this convergence where Ferrari and McLaren catch up with Red Bull, goodness me. I mean, next season could be absolute class. Potentially. Nelson Piquet won it from Senna. It was a Brazilian one too. See, saying the Red Bull upgrades seem to have made the cars worse. Just take them off. Strip the upgrades. Do Max and Perez have the same upgrades, or they're more in one than the other? Seema saying this is going to be an awesome FP3. This is going to be one of the greatest FP3s of all time. They're going to be talking about this FP3 for decades. You'll be down the pub and people saying, do you remember that FP3 in on the 18th of May 2024? And we're like, yeah, that was just like unbelievable FP3. Phantom in the house, do you know why Red Bull seem to be struggling so much? Sounds like they're upgrade. Well, they weren't great in Miami. Is there a coincidence with Adrian Newey getting phased out? Maybe Adrian Newey could just look at the car and be like, yeah, just put that the other way around. And then the car's like half a second faster. Seema says, did Ferrari have their upgrades for this race? I'm not sure. Remember last year it was Catalonia, where Ferrari came with big upgrades for Catalonia. I don't know if anyone remembers that. I can't believe Catalonia's going off the calendar. I hate it. I hate that so much. I really love Catalonia being on the F1 calendar. Like, I really, really, really like it. And I hate that it's coming off. Yellow flag, Alonso. On the hairpin. What's happened here to Fernando Alfonso? Red flag now. Get your red emojis out. What's happened here to Alonso? Chat, get your red emojis out. What's he done? Let's see. Fernando Alonso, has he spun it at the hairpin? And is it a precautionary red flag? Or is it a big red flag? Chat, we're late on the red flags. We need to be spamming those reds in there. For safety reasons. While you're down there, just smash the like button as well. Here they come. Here come the red flags. Trying to see what's happened. I'm on board with Sonoda, who's just going through the second chicane. So, oh no, it is a big one. It is a big one. He's gone back into the Qatar Airways barrier. He's gone backwards into it, and it's actually. Sorry, it's not at the hairpin. So I was reading the map wrong. It's at the last corner. So it looks like he's gone over the curb probably for the last corner on the inside. He's probably the back end's come around and he's gone in backwards. He says he's okay. He's gone in backwards into the barrier. The rear wing is a bit broken. Obviously they need to fix this before qualifying. So they've got a couple of hours to fix it. Those Aston Martin fans are... I don't know where they're from, but they look so happy to be there. I love it. It's the final corner. There we go. So we're in the red flag, so we know we're all safe now. All the drivers are being told there's red flags in the YouTube chat. Watch out, something's happened. Yeah, the left rear suspension is broken because the wheels are at a jaunty angle. Short walk to the pits there for Fernando though. Silver lining. So he comes around the penultimate corner, left-hander. It's a curb on the outside. Yeah. Oh, it's a bit of a weird one actually. He never he never really... Does he try and correct it? Let me have a look again. Yeah, he just sort of lets it drift. Then the back... He doesn't... Because I think he knows if he corrects it too much maybe, the car will just re-grip and he'll go into the barrier face first. Bit like we saw with Lance Stroll at Singapore. Alonso saying, sorry mate. It's a very weird crash there from a driver as experienced as Alonso. The back end of the Aston Martin came around sort of relatively slowly. Welcome to the new subscribers. Good to have you on board. Although Markifier, we know you've been here for years. You just got to just stay subscribed. It's easier. Just save you some admin. So that is a red flag. I don't think it's going to be too difficult, though, to fix this. I don't think there'll be any real damage to the barrier, I hope. They'll have to decide whether they want to repaper the Qatar Airways advertisement board on it. I hope we're not going to wait under red flag because there's no Qatar Airways advert. That's silly. But strange things have happened. They've already got the tractor there ready to pick up the Aston Martin. They might just... sort of take it down the pit lane. It might be actually the quickest way, I don't know. Mark, if you're an unstoppable content, I just can't keep up. It's just too much content for Mark, basically. Too much content. Size X, Mercedes made a big mistake with their 2022 no pods nonsense car. Instead of just improving that beast of a car in 2021. Honestly, that could be it. It could have been that big decision. We're going to go down no side pods. And then they just got caught up by that porpoising and whatnot. Something wrong with their simulator. Didn't simulate the Z-axis. Yeah, the rear wing's broken on the Aston Martin as well. So I wonder how they're going to bring that car back. If you're Aston, you're sort of hoping that they just bring that tractor into the pit lane because it's so close. Or we'll have to go around the back and then make its way somewhere. We might see, and there's still half now to go. Loads of time to go. I thought we might see a flurry of activity. Carlos Sainz is 8/10 faster down the straights than Lewis Hamilton. So I think Lewis Hamilton is going to be very much looking forward to jumping into that car. Hamilton was about to start his fast lap. Was that a fast in inverted commas though? Chat, do we know when the qualifying is on UK time? Because I will schedule that. I will schedule that beast right now. New gearbox. Oh, is there going to be a new gearbox for Aston because of that? Coming in backwards. It goes from bad to worse, doesn't it? That's late. 5 o'clock UK time. Surely not. Surely not. Surely it'd be like 2. Why a red flag? Alonso's binned his car. Alonso's binned it. If someone wants to put that in a message, I'll pin it. Anyone here played F1 24? It's not officially out yet. But by all accounts, it's absolutely rubbish. Unless you're paid to say that it's good, in which case it's good. $2:10. Is that UK time? So we're going live at like 1:30. We'll go live at 1:30 then. Or is it 3? Hang on, I'm getting mixed messages here. It's 3, so we're going live at 2:30. Man's got to eat. Man has to eat, so this has real consequences for me. Hang on, whoa, Cass saying a 2. I've got Phantom and Vlatka. I've got one of my mods and one of my editors saying 3, and I've got someone we don't know, Cass Corby, saying 2:10. Who do I trust here? Who do I trust? We don't care about Sky quality though. Right, 2:30 then. There we go. So I don't think this is going to be a long red flag, by the way. Unlike the one at Imola, the one at Spa in WEC. If anyone remembers that stream, that was a very long red flag. I don't think this is going to be the same. Is my hunch. I might be wrong. Nice, all done. Isabel Flug also thinks 3 PM. Sky just doing some adverts. I suppose it is a red flag. But what if it goes green and there's adverts on? I don't need to... There's no advert on Sky I could possibly be interested in. Like, no offence. But I'm never going to watch a TV show on Sky. I don't really care about... What is it? Workday. Unless Phantom Phantom does our short videos. Phantom, do you want us to onboard Workday as a HR management tool? Then we can do quarterly reviews and stuff like that through Workday, and we can both feel like rock stars. That's what the adverts say. See, Cyzek saying 4 to 5, but that's local time, right? And that is quite late. Isn't that late, local time? Is that for our American friends? Right, we're green flag conditions now. We're green flag. Put your green emojis in now. We're back to green conditions. As we like it. Jacob, not applicable, starts at 2:30 GMT. Well, I've put it in for 2:30. So... Does anyone remember the early streams this season? Japan. Australia. China? I feel like there was another one as well. Waking up at like 2:30 to the stream. Sainz. Yeah, this was on the limit from Williams for unsafe release. Carlos Sainz was not happy about the Williams there. So just deal with it, mate. Isabel Flug, Workday is actually a great HR management tool. What about the mods? Flacker, what do we think? Should we onboard Workday? Can be quite expensive though. So what would we do with Workday in this channel? Like, what does Workday actually do? Because no offense, but the name Workday, like, I don't want to feel like what, you know what I mean? Like, why can't it be called Fun Day? We should create an app called Fun Day. Workday is like, there's nothing excites me about the concept of something that's like Workday. So would the mods have to sign in, check in through Workday? Carlos has signed already. Carlos got a new look for this GP, by the way. He's gone like Scarface look. Kabir, I hope Hamilton's in top 5 this race, man. We will see. I mean, I doubt it, but we'll see. Flacker, how could we forget? I haven't woken up that early for ages. Yeah. All cold and dark. Have a cup of tea. Isol Flug, it's not really used for the channel, I think. Maybe to manage your kart and sim races. But I still don't understand what I'd use it for. I don't understand why I'd feel like a rock star. Do you feel like a rock star, Isabel Flug? Maybe I'm being too hard on Workday. Maybe I should maybe we should get a Workday sponsorship for this channel. Maybe we do like, and this... Oh, by the way, we do have a sponsor for... Well, I think we have a sponsor for today and tomorrow, which is we're going to be giving away a backpack. Someone is going to win a backpack. I'm not even joking. We're giving away a backpack, I think, every race to the end of the season. I'm not making any money from this. We're just giving away a backpack. So there's a link and you just enter it. There'll be a code in the thing, but I think the code for this one is going to be Imola Kireth, just to give you a heads up, in capitals. And someone's going to win a backpack. Yeah. Whoa. I know. I didn't want to do a small sponsorship. I've been holding out. It's been ages. We've never done a sponsorship here, and I've always said we're only going to do a sponsorship if it's going to be a big sponsorship. We're not going to do a little one. So when this company got in touch and said, do you want to give away a backpack? I was like, you know what? I've said no to hundreds of other people who've got into contact, but no one's ever presented me something as big as this. So I'll do it. We're going to give away a backpack. Black and Workday means nothing for me. Happily unemployed. But can you use Workday in an unemployed life? Maybe that's a market that's missing for them. Am I live coming to the race? Yeah, loosely. Depends what you call this. The cars are out on track, as you can see. 23 minutes to go. Isabel, the rockstar thing is just a marketing message. No matter with which HR management tool you work, it's mostly boring administrative stuff. Well, admin, someone's got to do the admin. Someone's got to do it. Is there a field trip too? No, it's just a backpack. I mean, when I say just a backpack, it is... What more could you possibly want than a backpack? You can put the stuff in it. It's got zips. You can, wear it with both arms through the things, or you can do it over one arm. So it's multi purpose. Different configurations there. Different pockets. You can put stuff in one pocket or another pocket. You can zip up some pockets, leave others unzipped if you like to live dangerously. Then you can adjust the straps as well. So we'll put that link in. I'll find it. I'll put it in for quali. Start to put in the backpack. Yeah. If you win 2 in a row, you can try and put one backpack in another backpack. Natasha, backpacks are very handy. What colour? It's black and red. It's black and red. I don't know which other brand. I've given away stuff before that might be giving away some backpacks. I have no idea which brand that does a lot of stuff in black and red wants to give away some backpacks. I don't know. We will find out later. Isabel, Piastri is looking quick. Yeah, he is up to P3. I wonder how Piastri feels about... I haven't seen any interviews with obviously not Lando getting the win. Because Piastri was also in a... Well, Piastri got a bit done in that race, didn't he? He had some damage and fell back. Will we see a Piastri win this season? Potentially. He could have been in the Alpine. He could have been in the Alpine. In fact, Piastri, yes, the fastest Sector 1. Who said that? Who was looking at? Isabel Flug was looking out for Piastri. The fastest Sector 1 out of anybody. What about Sector 2? For old Oscar P. Comes into Aquamilarali. He's got a rogue Lance Stroll he'll need to get past. Sector 2 for Oscar is pretty good. It's pretty good. It's only 100th off Carlos Sainz. So at the moment, he's looking up. He's looking faster than Carlos Sainz. So Oscar Piastri could go provisionally faster in FP3. Let's see. The second left-hander for Piastri. What's it going to be? Looks like he might have eased off. Is he actually going to box? No, but he definitely eased off there. I think Piastri might be sort of sandbagging or not wanting to show the true pace. Piastri v Sainz. Was Piastri not happy with Carlos Sainz there? Her legs, I need a lollipop man cast to hurt. I don't know what a to hurt is. Sounds like a type of sort of tent. Welcome M. Fetterilli Messea della Corse. I'm going to guess, with a name like that, that you are definitely German. What's your thoughts on F1 Manager 24? I thought they did a really bad job last year. Oh, Piastri got... Yeah, you can see why. God, he ended up going wide on the last corner where Alonso crashed. But, you know, I'll buy the game and see how it is and if it's worth the money. If I think it's worth the money they're charging for it. And I'm hopeful it will be with that lower price point. Isabel, he could have maybe won in Miami if he hadn't got unlucky with Sainz safety car. Yeah, the safety car was an interesting one. You saw how much time that Lando gained under the safety car. And again, we saw it in Spa last week in WEC. How much time you can gain. Piastri gun shy after last week with Carlos Sainz. Oh, was that the instant where Sainz sort of ran deep and Sainz got a penalty? There's a bit of an out of control overtake by Sainz, so that's the thing. Welcome, Rob Craig. Mike, I will never play another F1 game until they start banning dirty drivers and brake checkers. I mean, you do have Lance Stroll in F1 Manager 24, that is true. So hopefully they're able to patch that out. Lewis Hamilton, did you just do a lap? Can we call it that? I think Lewis Hamilton is... Basically, that is a fast lap from Hamilton, a 16.9. And you can see both Mercedes very similarly matched. So, it's not looking good for Mercedes, it's fair to say. I'm looking at Oscar Piastri to the last corner pretty much, that left-hander. Oh, he almost had a similar Alonso moment. Just able to regather it up, but then he ended up going wide over the gravel. So he was on a real push lap there, but most importantly, he's kept the car out of the barrier. Looking at Lewis Hamilton smashing the curbs at the top of the hill. Oh! All 4 wheels off the ground there for Hamilton. He's still being aggressive. Demanding... Oh, making some big demands of his car. George Russell's on the radio. Check the bottoming down the straight into turn 1. Big difference versus yesterday, so maybe they've made a ride height difference for Mercedes, trying to get that ground effect, putting the car as low as possible. Her legs auto miss Kireth is breaking on my chat message. Red flag? Why have we got the red flags out? I don't see any red flags. But maybe they should call one because it's been called in the chat here. See, Lewis is so done with Mercedes. Yeah, funny how that relationship is just... You can go through 7 years of it all being great, and then, a bit like life, just... People have very short-term memories. That's how we live. We're short-term people in the scheme of things. Has everyone been out and set a lap? Yes, everyone has been out on track at some point. We won't see Fernando Alonso out again in the session. Unless there's some minor miracle. They want to test the car before qualifying if they can fix it. But they might not get that car back until the end of the session, is what we've seen before at places like Montreal. Logan Sargent and Alex Albon are the only cars out on track now, so I wonder if we're going to see a flurry of soft tyre activity coming up. George Rogers in the house? In the house. Alex Albon was definitely on a push lap and managed to go to P6, so I think that's very impressive from Albon. That Williams, I don't think we've really appreciated this. We talked about Alex Albon, you know, was it an unambitious move signing an extension with Williams? That Williams now is possibly legitimately quicker than the Mercedes. What do we think about that? Isabel, I think Toto giving preference to Antonelli over long-term contract for him was the final nail in the coffin. Ouch. But look at Alex Albon getting the car there, and also Logan Sargent just being a 10th or so, 10th and a half behind both Mercedes as well. So Logan Sargent a 10th and a half behind a 7-time world champion. Make of that what you will. Size X says Albon in the mix. He's definitely in the mix here. He hasn't had the best season, actually. Last season was obviously a great season, but he hasn't had a great season this season. Well done to the new subs on the best channel, and then you came here. So are we going to start to see more cars coming out on track? Toto is gambling like Red Bull did with Max. Well, they say Kimi Antonelli. What about Zane Maloney? What about Zane Maloney leading F2? Well, the interview with him, I needed to make one change to the video, so it's just I'm just waiting for a final sign-off for that to go live. I would love for that to go live last weekend, actually, but it's really interesting to talk to these young rookies. So we talked to Felipe Drugovich last year and Jack Aitken, and this year we've spoken with Kush Maney. So the video will either come out today or tomorrow, and Zane Maloney. It's very interesting. And then I want to speak with maybe Stoffel Van Dorn, Jake Dennis as well. Cliff Chetty in the house. Surely Antonelli in the Mercedes is like, just put him in. Why not? Just put him in there. I mean, there's all this drama last week about him getting a super license to jump into a car early. Logan Sargent, is he going to get pulled out of the car? Chuck and high fab mods and great chat. You love to see it. You love to see it. 74 likes. Can we find an extra 25 likes, basically, to get us to 100? And is everyone else going to come out on the track? Well, the Mercedes team are getting ready. And is everyone going to come out on soft tyres, or are they going to try and look after their soft tyres? Cliff says it's good to be back. Yes, it is, indeed. Yes, it is. It's good to be. This is our first FP3 stream for ages. As Shark and Stez. It's the FP3 crew in here. Like, we know how it goes. When we do an FP3, you follow the weekend with like a lot more context. So the context here is that it doesn't look like Red Bull have a massive advantage. So when we go into Q3 and we're going in for the shootout, basically, you know, is Verstappen going to be able to pull out a pole position lap? And if he does, is it going to be a lot actually down to the driver? Because it looks like they might not have the car, but that's subject to sort of tyres, people, you think? Jack Doohan to replace one of the current Alpine drivers? Yeah, surely they've got to get Doohan in. He's in the Alpine Academy. At this point, Mercedes is a midfielder. They're 5th, 6th, yeah. Maybe Williams want to usurp them. Also, just get Andretti in the mix. Just add Andretti. They're ready to go. Like, you're in such a luxury position that people want to join and like invest in the championship. Carlos Sainz. It's been a little while since he was on the podium. George saying, I don't think Antonelli has showed he's worthy of an F1 seat yet. His F2 campaign is not incredible at all. Yeah, but he's been put into F2. He's a genuine rookie in F2. He's going up against people that have been doing it for a few seasons. So it's like, what's his potential? We've seen that before. You don't necessarily need to absolutely light up F2. And if you win F2 like Felipe Drugovich did, I mean, where's Felipe Drugovich's career right now? Really nice guy, obviously. I've spoken with him. 25 likes. Oh, only 15 likes to go. I think we might actually do it. The big 100. Snowland even watched everyone F2, but we didn't stream it. Where were you watching that? How's that possible? Oh, Guan Yu Zhou's got a shiny helmet. It's like having a shiny Pokemon card. He's got like the shininess on top. Could look at that helmet all day. Terrible livery on the car though, like that steak kick gambling car. It's just like lurid green. I really don't like it. Because the red and white Alfa Romeo livery was so good. It was so good in person. See, add Andretti, have less races, no more sprints. Well, unfortunately, I think they want to add a sprint to every race. That's where they want to get to. Tickle the like button. Yeah, just caress the like button there. Dreas in the house. Not much sense in lending into Williams for one season. I think they should just take Kimi on board. Like, if they think he's the future, put him on board. But then you look at people like Leclerc. Leclerc didn't go straight to Ferrari. He was at Sauber. So having that season where you can sort of bed in. Whereas if you go straight into the big boy team, I mean, even Verstappen didn't do that. Verstappen was at Toro Rosso. Who's the most recent driver to have gone into one of the big boy teams and actually done really well, sustained a career? Can anyone let me know? Is it actually Hamilton? Even Vettel didn't go straight in. Vettel did a BMW drive and then did a Toro Rosso drive. Who's the last driver to have gone straight from junior into one of the big boy seats and the career not crashed and burned? Yeah, I got it. Well, I can't stream it when I'm working, so we need to basically get Formula 1 to change their calendar, change their structure. Am I an official Tifosi? Yes, I'm an official. I've got my Tifosi membership card somewhere. I've done the initiation and everything. I think Mercedes is still one of the big boy teams. Right, there's a lot of cars coming out now. So 7 minutes to go, as I predicted, or thought I might be predicting. We're going to see a lot of cars coming out right now. So keep an eye on fast lap times. Will we see, for example, Verstappen go fastest? Ollie Behrman should skip Haas. And I think Ollie Behrman should definitely go into the Haas. Like, that's what these teams are for. That's why you have sort of feeder teams like Haas, like Toro Rosso or MasterCard, Capital One, whatever they are this year. Natasha says Lando. Yeah, Lando. Yeah, so probably Lando. Probably Lando then. Kimi Raikkonen is no, because Kimi Raikkonen went Sauber first. So, definitely not. Look at all the cars out on track. There's going to be a lot of traffic in Q1 as well. Piastri does the fastest first sector. So Oscar Piastri on the move, but there's so much traffic. It's good to get accustomed to that here. Piastri goes around the outside of Bottas. Piastri with the fast sector 2 as well. So Oscar Piastri here. This could be a marker for McLaren. George Russell does a lap time. That's very good. He's just taken a second off, basically. So I can't take my eyes off this, even though my contact lens is falling out. So I can't really see. But Piastri goes fast. 15.5 from Piastri. He's blown everyone away. So Piastri shows what's possible. Is anyone going to be on a fast lap and try and get close to Oscar Piastri here? Let's see. Red flag! Red flag, everyone. Get your red flags out. Someone's binned it. Who's binned it? Just before qualifying. Oh, it's Sergio Perez. It's Perez, look. Perez has binned it at the chicane. He's probably taken too much curb on the inside. And he spun the car out. And he's hit the barrier on the outside, I would imagine. Get your red flags out, please, chat. Sergio Perez has brought this session to a halt. And where is that car? They're going to have to recover it from there. It's on the other side of the circuit, sort of. They can't go through the middle of it. They're going to have to go around the outside. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. So, yeah. Not quite as dramatic as I predicted, but he has gone into the barrier. He has lost his front wing. And he's in the gravel right now. So, we saw him have a little moment actually in FP2. Or I saw him have a moment in FP2. So, he must have smashed the curb on the inside. And then he's just being a passenger. I wonder if one of the suspension broke or something, and that's why he straight lined it on the exit. So the front wing's broken. He's gone straight into the barrier. But I don't think there'll be too much damage on that car, to be honest. Sergio Perez, what are you doing? Remember Perez's absolutely meme season last season. I've never seen a driver have a season like Perez did last season. Just completely bantering the season, frankly. Sergio Perez. What are you doing in the barrier, good sir? So, goes through Acqua Minerale. Decent line. Goes up the hill. Everything looks great. Comes over to the left-hand side to brake for the chicane at the top of the hill. Brakes. Goes on the inside. Hits that curb. Well, it's a bit of a... He didn't need to end up in the barrier, so he did take a lot of the curb on the inside, but then he sort of overcorrected it, I would say. And we've seen drivers getting all four wheels off the ground there, like Lewis Hamilton. So it's a bit of a mistake, because Sergio Perez, as he turned in for the left-hander, the second part of the chicane, the back end started coming round, he overcorrected it, and then he went straight into the barrier. Whereas he could have had a spin and the car would have sort of like spun around, but he wouldn't have gone into the barrier there. So I would put that down to driver mistake. He's really overcorrected that. Don't know if anyone has seen that, but I think I think that's driver mistake there from Perez. Christian Horner looks to be thinking, why is everyone leaving the Red Bull team? Is it just going to be me left? Welcome to Strokes Gaming. And media saying Perez will get a new contract with Red Bull. I can't see that at all. I think Perez should go and drive some hypercars. He'll be so good driving the hypercars. Isabel Flug. It's been rumoured Red Bull has turned down the power for the practices though, so we might get a surprise later. We will see. The clock is still ticking down, but we ain't going to get going again, I think. So we'll obviously see here and wait for clock 2 to tick down. But there were a lot of cars there on fast laps. So Oscar Piastri... Oh no, it is a green flag. Oh, it is a green flag. We might actually go. They've recovered that quickly. So are people going to go out and try and do a fast lap? 2 minutes 13. You can get out and get around and do a lap if you want. And obviously also do your practice starts, your clutch points and everything. So let's see if we're going to see a flow of activity. You'll see it on the map, sort of them coming out of Sector 1. Is it just a coincidence that since Adrian Newey announced he's leaving, Red Bull maybe he's unplugged something. Green flags out from Vlatka. We'll see if anyone fancies it. Chat 193 likes. If we can get to 100 likes, that would be a really successful FP3 for us on the old like front. A few thousand people have popped through the stream. Yeah, the Ferraris are coming out, so they want to go. There we go. Lando Norris is on the map. Perez waiting out to see if Verstappen gets poached by Mercedes. Perez is playing the long game. Okay, green flag. We do have a lot of cars out on track. I don't think a lot of them are going to make the start-finish line here. But there's some procedure after FP3 they'll want to do anyway. They'll be able to come around again and do a practice start on the start-finish line, for example, I believe. I think Adrian leaving might have affected morale. The airbender. Yeah, it might be indicative, like, if Newey is leaving because he doesn't agree with the culture at Red Bull, then... Welcome, Kincels. Ferrari Sweets. Where are the Ferrari Sweets? Both Ferraris, very much close formation. We're trying to overtake one of the Aston Martins. Maybe it was wrong. Have a look at the last end of the lap there. They're all queuing up. I wonder if we're going to see someone come together here. Because they're trying to desperately find a bit... It ain't going to work. They're all too close together. They need to get over the start-finish line. So it's ticking down. 5. Is Carlos Sainz going to make it? Oh, it's debatable whether Carlos Sainz has made it. The cut-off. Stroll, Tsunoda, Verstappen, Ricciardo, Sargent, Magnussen, Guan Yu Zhou, Russell, Hulkenberg, Bottas, Hamilton have all not made it. But they may just go anyway. So we'll see. Remember, it's not a qualifying session. But you can see we've got this absolute cluster of cars at the beginning here. And they're all going to be tripping over each other, frankly. Yep, there's some overtakes. I think it was Lando Norris was trying to make an overtake. Or Piastri was trying to make an overtake. It was also... Oh, my goodness. One of the Alpines might get done for blocking there. That might have been Ocon. With the Ferraris, they were really racing each other. In fact, as that Ocon was trying to overtake the Ferrari in free practice. Thing is, one of the drivers might think it's fun and games, the other driver might not be happy about it. Superb racing, great racing. We did say it could be one of the FP3s of all time. 101 likes, everyone. Thanks so much. That's big on the old like front there. Great news. So, and they're all going to go through regardless. Even the drivers that I think didn't make it are going to go through over the start-finish line. So, how that works, I don't really know, but there's a different procedure in FP3. Ocon doing Ocon things, yeah. Just classic Ocon, basically. Classic Ocon. And actually, Lando Norris also did a really quick time, 15.8, just about 3 tenths slower than Piastri. So it might be that for qualifying, which we're going to stream. We're going to be back in 2 hours, I believe. So we're going to be back in 2 hours exactly. It might be qualifying. It's going to be super exciting. With the McLarens and the Ferraris, will Perez make it through to Q3? And will Verstappen get a pole position? It does seem to be a little bit up in the air, I would say. Isabel Flug saying Lando is cooking. I can see what he's doing. I can feel it. He's cooking. That's what he's doing. So chat, there we go. That's FP3. Now, they're now all doing their practice clutch starts and whatnot. That's FP3. So we've got two McLaren, two Ferraris, then George Russell, then Verstappen. So we'll keep a keen eye in qualifying. We're going to be back here on this channel in 2 hours' time. When I end the stream, it's automatically going to take you to that video. So please do feel free to like there, leave a comment in the chat. You can leave it open if you want. I'm going to get some food. I'm going to do a quick edit to a video. And then I will be back. There might be some penalties as well. I think Ocon could be getting a big old penalty. So we'll be here 2 hours before qualifying starts. That's 2:30 p.m. UK time. That's 2 hours from now to cover qualifying. So hopefully we'll see you back. Thank you, Isabel, Kabir, Gianna, Sharkin, Kabir again. 2 comments in there. Size X, no line. Thank you so much, everyone. So I'm going to end the stream. It will take you to that holding place, and I will see you in 2 hours' time for qualifying. I will see you then.